Hi everyone, good afternoon. Welcome to our second live Q&A here at Nova School of Business and Economics in Carcavelos, in Portugal. We are here powered by Fidelidade Studio, and we are here also to enlighten you about our master's programs, about the applications to them that have already opened, as you may know, from the beginning of January and will be running until mid of May. We have 4 different masters, the masters in economics, in finance, in management and business analytics, and also of course some international paths that can be done by our international masters, our SEMS MIM, and we are here to help you through this path and to help you through this process of application. We hope to we want to just to let you know that when you may apply only online. For that you just need to go to our website and you will see directly where you should do it. We'll be asking for your academic transcript. We'll be, of course, looking at your GPA, your school of origin, also about your motivations to come to study to Nova SBE. Also, if you have some experience, an internship, maybe international or national one, just to let us know your profile and to make our calls. You will have your decision within a maximum of 8 weeks after you had done your application. But today, what is really important is to share with you the real experience of being a master student, and we hope that can help you decide and hopefully decide to come to study at Nova SBE. So today here with me I have 3 master students. I will ask them to present themselves. My name is Felipe, I'm the head of admissions, and I will guide you through this I don't know, maybe 1 hour, half an hour, 1 hour of Q&A. So feel free to participate and to ask all your questions, and we'll do our best to help you through. So maybe I will start with you, Alistair. Can you present yourself?
Of course. Hi there, my name is Alistair Fila. I am 26. I'm a British student. I'm from Scotland originally. I've been living in Portugal for 2.5 years, and I came to Nova in September 2018. So the first time was the first cohort who came to this new campus in Carcavelos, and I'm doing the Masters in Management, and I'm also doing the SEMS.
So, hi there, my name is Laura Verzi. I'm half Portuguese, half Ukrainian. I was imported here at a very young age. I did my bachelor's in economics also at Nova, and then I just continued to the International Masters in Finance. I also had to move to Lisbon, where I still live, not here in Carcavelos, next to the university, which leaves me some free traveling time.
Hi, my name is Fabio Stola. I'm half German, half Swiss, and I did the Master in Economics and the double degree. And yeah, I'm living here with interception about 2 years in Portugal, and I spent 1 whole year with the double degree program in Brazil at Innsbruck University.
Okay, so now that everybody is introduced, maybe we have a few viewers now. We'll ask for some questions, but maybe we can start just to have a quick introduction about the academic path, as is to say. Maybe, Alistair, you can share with us, you're a Master's in Management student, as you said, but also a SEMS student. So maybe you can share with our viewers the experience as an applicant, how it was to apply to the regular master, as to say, and then the process to apply to the SEMS MIM, because it's important and there are few questions about it.
Absolutely. So the first thing I would say is it's very easy to make an application. I was shocked, actually. It didn't take that long. I mean, you just need to sit down and do it. You need to be organised, obviously, but it really is not a long and tedious progress.
Glad to know that. As
many people think it is, usually to apply to these things. So you have to do an application on the Nova website. That's the first thing. It takes, I think, about 2 hours maximum, and you have to add all your documents and all the information you said from the previous schools and everything you've done prior to coming to Nova. And then if you want to do the SEMS MIM, which is an extra year, extra extra thing that you can do if you do any of the masters here, then you have to do a separate application on the SEMS website, and you have to make that clear from on the initial application that you plan to do SEMS. It can be a bit complicated.
And our advice is for once an applicant wants to really apply also to this add-on, as to say, the SEMS MIM. Once you do the regular application in Nova SBE site, right after you submit your application, you must go to the SEMS sub-web page and also do an application. So that way you will get both answers almost at the same time, and you will have the process all ongoing. So maybe it's important to answer, because someone asked here also how it was about the interview for the SAMs.
Yes.
Can you share with us?
Yes, absolutely. So just to clarify, there wasn't actually an interview for the Masters in Management. So you got a decision on that, and you were sure if you were in Nova for the Masters first, and then you go through a separate application process for SEMS. And that's another 2 or 3 stages. It takes more time. You have to do a few other things. And one aspect of that, as you said, is the interview. And it's usually with 2 or 3 academics from Nova. It's on Skype. It's you don't have to come to Portugal, so there's no stress there. If you want to, you can. So if you are here, then you can do it here as well. So it's very flexible, on site. But what can I tell you about it? It's a bit stressful. You don't have much time to prepare. You have to be very, very kind of analytical. They often give you an idea of a discussion topic, something in business and something in sport or in social life or in another aspect of life outside of business, and you have to give your own thoughts on that. So it's good. It's not too stressful, I would say. If you have the opportunity to apply for SAMS, I would do it, and even if you're not sure, because it's still a good opportunity. So,
Just a specific question that we have here about the results of the applications of round 1, because we have already a few applications. So our commitment is for applicants to have a reply within 8 weeks from their application. So for someone that has applied at the beginning of the period, at the beginning of January, the first decisions will be out now at the end of this month, of February. Okay? So just moving on, maybe Daria, I will ask to share something about the Masters in Finance, maybe about the academic work that you have to do, the workload, because we know that's an issue for our students. How do you cope with that? Do you have a social life after all, or how is your experience? Can you share with us a little bit?
It's for sure demanding and it's time consuming, but I think once you can organize yourself, there's a way to get everything done and still go to the gym, hang out with some friends, have some time with your friends, and even rest a bit. Unless you're in exam season, then you don't sleep. But besides that, you can figure a way to have it more or less balanced. But it's demanding. But the other thing is, I for sure feel that it's worth it, because it's a really good preparation for the labor market.
And you also learn how to time manage your priorities and all the work that you have to do. Okay. And what about you, Fabian? Do you want to share some experience about in the Masters Economics? I'm not. It's not that different, but maybe you can.
The thing is, I think it does not matter for which program we're talking. We got a lot of work all the time. So we got busy with group works. We got individual assignments that we have to hand in. But as she already said, it's like you get your priorities straight, you have to schedule your whole day, you get a little bit your routine, how to approach all these things. And from my program, the nice thing is, I guess, the same as for her. We got a lot of things that we have to apply, and especially seeing the difference between the university in Germany and other countries. We have a really applied focus. So for the finance courses that I took in economics, for example, I know that these are exactly the things that they demand at the market. For economics, we apply the things that we see in class. And I think that's one of the biggest advantages that Nova has in most of its courses. It's a lot of work, sure, but you learn to do the things that actually you need to work on.
It's a real experience.
We use our heads. during that time.
Good to know. Okay, so maybe and what about the more personal experience? Maybe not to Dario because you used to live here in Portugal, but how it is for an English student or a German student to come to Portugal. Maybe you can share if you live nearby the campus or if you have chosen to live more in the city center. How do you commute?
Yeah.
What's maybe else you can start?
Yeah, the first thing I would say it's the best lifestyle here. It's really important to say that because I think people.
You're talking about the beach and the surf.
Yeah, well, no, I mean
the good weather.
That's one aspect, and that's what you get when you're here on campus. But also living in Lisbon, I live in Lisbon.
In the city centre.
In the city centre,
okay.
and you can, which I think is the majority of people who, I mean, especially international students who are here, they tend to live in the centre of Lisbon and then get a train, which the fast train is only 17 minutes, and you walk for about 15 minutes, so it's very easy to get here. There is a lot to do, I would say, both in Lisbon but also here next to the campus. I'd say that the sports life, the social life is great. I mean, you have so many options. You can go out and drink wine. You can go out and drink beer. You can go on the beach.
Sports, drink wine.
You can do sports as well, of course. You have to choose where your priorities lie. But this is the best thing about being here. You can do all those things. You can serve. You can start. There's a gym here on campus, less than 5 minutes walk away. Once you've finished your lecture, you can go on the beach, and then you can go home and have a drink in Lisbon. So,
okay.
It's
and
great.
what about finding accommodation in Lisbon? Life at Nova support?
Yeah, I would say that it's not the easiest. That was one of the hardest things for me actually to find accommodation in Lisbon. There has been a mass of people coming to Lisbon. It's obviously very popular, not just as a place to live. Yeah, exactly. Not just for students, but also as a tourist destination. Very popular. I think that makes it a bit harder. Actually, I had to spend a lot of time to find a place, and it's not kind of always easy to navigate because they have some places that are shared apartments, and you have to kind of guess who's there, or you live in a more of a student accommodation where it's.
You were sharing at the beginning that you were part of the first cohort that came to Portugal. So now maybe it's important also to share that we have a more placed service that is called Life at Nova that help our new students and the students that want to get help and support on getting accommodation. We have a few partnerships with Uniplaces, in Life, some other platforms that help our students to find that accommodation, but we know it's a tough market. But we are here to help also to get that accommodation. And Daria, you live already here, but maybe Fabi, can you share what's your experience about the
Accommodations?
You live nearby the campus or no?
I live in the city center as well, but I was 1 year before you here, so I still studied in Campolide. And because I basically already had the experience in the city center, I decided to do the same thing again. And it's still quite tough. I'm used a website called Be Quarto, which I recommend to everybody because it's actually more used by Portuguese people. And I found some quite secret tips there, some really nice apartment. I'm super happy with my flat at the moment because I'm living majority of Portuguese people. But still, it stays competitive to find apartments here. In general, yeah, life here is nice. That was one of the biggest reasons why I chose here from Lisbon, because I loved the city when I visited in 2015.
Okay.
And, yeah.
Okay. Now we have here a good question for you guys. Why choose Nova SBE with so many great universities in Europe? So maybe we have an English student, a German one, and that is okay, half. But why Nova SBE? I think that's the main question.
Okay, I can start if you want. I would say the same thing that I said before, which is you can have everything here. I mean,
combined factors.
Absolutely. I think people say it's very, very hard to have it all, but I think you have it all here in Nova. I really do. You have a great school, very high quality academics. You have a great social life, great culture in Portugal. The weather is obviously amazing, much better than where I'm from, where it rains all the time. So I would say that if actually you want to be in a very good school that's very well ranked, but also you want a lifestyle actually associated with that, and that helps me a lot, because I think if you have nice weather, if you have a nice life, it makes you want to study more.
More motivated to study.
Exactly. And I don't think I've yet to find out, but I don't think there's anywhere quite like this in Europe, actually. They give you both of those aspects. So
okay, and what about you? You have studied with us already in the bachelor's, but
I still consider it because so I had to apply for my master's right after I came back from exchange in Sweden.
okay.
So I valued the location and the weather even more.
Because you were in Sweden.
After those minus 30 and 4 hours of light per day, I really valued the weather. So I had to apply it right after, and I still questioned myself if there would not be a better option in Europe. But I think additionally to the location and to the weather and all those nice aspects, I would add the price-quality ratio. The price-quality ratio of Nova is really competitive. I checked the programs, I checked the content, the professors, the schedules, the locations, prices of all that, and I really think I went for the best option.
Okay. What about you?
Looking at the retrospect now on it, I give a more academic point of view. I applied here actually for a specific institute here, like Nova Africa Institute.
Oh, okay.
And in the end, to be honest, I was really surprised by the quality of the lecturing in total. I mean, I knew that Nova was really good in finance and management. That's where they're really renowned for.
Mm-hmm.
And in economics, in general, I studied at foreign universities in general, and I think Nova was the one that actually brought me the most advanced concepts in the most simple way. So I left the school with a lot of intuition and the ability to do a lot of things on my own. So I was really insecure when entering here for the reason that my bachelor program was not a really good university, but Nova made a really amazing transformation for my whole academic life. So besides the whole things, life is amazing here. The location with the new campus is really good, and the academic aspects are really good as well.
Good. We have here just to have a quick note about maybe the fees and the high tuition fees that we have here. So just to give a note that comparing our school and our tuition fees to other European schools, we are quite competitive about them. Maybe, I don't know if you want to or if you share that opinion, but I think that's a fact. And also we have a lot of scholarships that our applicants can run to when they apply. So nowadays, when they apply to our masters, they can say, okay, I will need some financial support, I will need a scholarship. If it is a means-tested scholarship, if it is a financial need, we will ask for the tax household declaration, just to get to know what's the real situation, and maybe to have a motivation or an explanation letter to evaluate that. But we can gladly say that everybody that needs, and if it has the academic merit and the academic profile and overall profile to enter to a master's in Nova SBE, there are scholarships that can help, and we have a lot of corporate partners and donors that help us also to build this campus. So there are options to study here, not only for European rich people, as some comments over there. About the interviews, there are a few questions here. As we have said, there is only interview specific for the SAMSMIM. For the regular masters, usually as a common process, there are no interviews. If the admissions committee has some questions and some doubts about a profile, we can ask to have an interview. Usually ask for the help of our alumni, and we ask an alumni from our network to do that kind of interview with the applicant, just to get to know and to have a better sense of that profile, to make a decision about the acceptance or not. Okay, so some other questions, maybe about the student clubs. I don't know if any of you belong to any club, but maybe you can share that kind of information with our applicants. So usually we say that's always something happening here at Nova SBE every day at every time. And most of that, of course, we have some institutional events also, and from our partners, but also, and a lot of initiatives are from our clubs, student clubs. Do you want guys to share a little bit about that experience or what you know about them?
Mm-hmm.
Daria, do you want to start?
Yeah,
Okay.
we actually met the first time doing one of those clubs.
So first goal of a club is to make friends also, and then?
In my first year at Nova, just because it was also largely advertised that Nova has a lot of clubs, and it's a good way to get some more practical experience and to diversify a bit the content of your CV.
Mm-hmm.
So I entered Nova Economics Club.
Mm-hmm.
I know that there are also much more for all preferences. There are constantly events occurring, meetings with professionals of the field, company trips, projects being developed, and not only for the outside companies, but also for inside. To develop Nova from the inside, Nova is also quite well exploring opportunities for mutual development with those clubs. So there are also projects for Nova being developed by student clubs, which gives us quite a sense of cooperation and contribution.
It's a collaborative way of working.
Exactly. So I also developed one project of consulting with Nova Junior for non-profit organization, and it was also quite a different experience. I had the opportunity to experience different fields, completely different fields, without actually having to get my toe into the labor market.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Any other experience about clubs? No.
I mean, I was a part of North Africa student group, which was basically, we got the institute here in North Africa, and the student groups helps them with their organization and participates in presentations. And the really nice thing was basically experiencing a little bit the whole area of development economics, which is basically about already before turning really to the market. So you can look whether it's actually the thing that you want to do, and if it's not the thing you want to do, then you actually learn it during your masters. So it's a little bit about self-finding as well. And besides the whole academic things, there's something like a lot of sports clubs. I was Nova Running Club for some time. There's a surfing club, which will start some nice competitions and some beach parties in this semester. And yeah, so I mean, I had a really good time making friends, doing some sports.
And also learning something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
From my experience as well, I would say the SAMS Club, so it's called SAMS Club Lisbon, is a very key aspect of being a SAMS student here. I was on the committee of that for the first year I was here, and we were involved in various events with corporate partners. We did various socials. We did a lot of voluntary projects. Actually, we linked with different charities in Lisbon, which was great fun, and also, you know, we were able to give back, which is a key aspect of SAMS, but also of Nova, and we just kind of shared as a community. So I think if you are a SAMS student, that's a key reason to come here, and it has been a real part of my experience here so far. Also, I mean, it's in the process, but I'm in the process of actually starting a student journal here. It's in the process of being a club at the moment, and that's one thing actually that we haven't touched on. If there is a key aspect of students' interest that they actually want to focus on,
You can
Nova is very supportive, and they'll give you the advice, they'll give you the knowledge, they will link you with different aspects of their community. Absolutely, and they will also try to help you support and actually build up that club. So it's a really great aspect of being here, I think.
Maybe one other aspect that is important for the whole management students, Nova is really active in developing an environment where you can test your business ideas as well. So help me out, because I think
It's a good point.
because I think it's more your area, but they start to actively fund out projects out of courses, out of clubs.
Yeah.
And that is one thing that I haven't seen in other universities around the world.
That's true. There's a project actually that's just starting this week in Nova. It's called Jump, and they try to help to facilitate ideas from students.
Like pitch and
absolutely,
stuff like
but also not just that. They help you with the business plan. They give you support for funding with different stakeholders. It's a full semester long program if you want to start your own business.
Okay, so that maybe brings us to another topic that we haven't spoken yet. That is about the career support. We have a career services, of course, in here that are really active on what they do. Do you feel that on your side as a student? Can you share, maybe to talk a little bit about the career fair that is going to take place within 1 month or maybe 2 or 3 weeks? Have you experienced?
I would say that's absolutely a key benefit of being here. One of the great things of being at Nova is it's very, very well linked with the business community. All the big companies in Europe are here and want to be in touch with students from here. As you said, we have a yearly fair where so many, I think, I'm not sure.
More than 70.
More than 70 companies.
97.
The last.
There's a lot of companies. There's a lot, and they come here and they try to engage with students and they try to help you. And it's not just if you want to work in Portugal, but also can all across Europe and elsewhere. The support for career advice is also great. If you want to get help with your CV or help with your interview practice, that's something that they offer. It's very, very easy. You just book an interview online. They have many staff, so it's never that busy, which is great. I enjoy.
They're almost annoyingly thorough. I used them for my application for my summer internship last year, and it was like I handed in my CV and my motivation letter, and we had a 1 hour discussion about words and like the whole phrasing and the content, and it was, to be honest, it really helps you understand the whole process again.
To adjust it to the what the recruiters are asking for.
Exactly. I already applied for a lot of jobs, but it's like still they really got me a little bit better on the application, and I think that was the thing that in the end that got me in as well.
Actually, I had one of those appointments like just yesterday, and we spent some time reviewing the CV, the cover letter, talking about my expectations for the recruiting process. So if that was really the exploring my motivation to really pursue that goal. So it really helps when there's someone that can give you like an experience and perspective of what you're doing there and where you should go and how you should go, and it's really helpful.
There's one more point actually that I think is worth raising in this, and it's not actually related, but it links to all of this, which is the level of English in the school is very, very high. I think when people think of going to Portugal to study a master's, they think, oh, is this where you would get high level of English? Would I be able to even study in English? And I think it's very important to stress all of the classes, especially the masters, are all in English. All of the professors have a very high level of English. That really makes a difference for me as a native speaker. But it's something that I actually think really allows Nova to stand out, because you don't get that in Spain, you don't get that in various other schools and various other places in Europe. So I would say if you want a high level of English, this is also the place to be.
I confirm that I didn't know English at all when I started at Nova, and it was a bit like to learn on the ride, but I think meanwhile I'm on the right track.
I would agree.
Thank you very much. I will take it as a compliment.
We have here a specific question about the Masters in Business Analytics. That's the new master that we are going to to start in September 2020. So some questions about who can apply to this master. This master is a new master that is open to specific backgrounds, as to say, related with mathematics and some programming experience, so as to say the engineering, computer science, but also of course some management, finance, economics studies. For instance, our bachelors, they do already an introduction course of programming, and that will be enough to pursue these masters. For those who don't have this programming or coding start, like Python or something, some code like that, to start with, we will offer a mandatory bridging course, as to say, in August for those students. So any applicant from a bachelor with a background in some mathematical statistics, also of course computer science, as I said, it will be a perfect applicant for this specific master. Someone that wants to have that insight about technology, data, how to transform big data and everything into the management solutions and problem solving, all that technology to do it. So I would say those are the right applicants to that. People asking about the different classes of courses. I think that's what they were saying in master. So the electives, you, for instance, in management, if you want to take an elective from finance, can you do it? How do you manage to once before Fabio was talking about, he did something in finance, I would say, and it was in economics. So I don't know if you want to share that experience, but the choice of electives is a common thing here at Nova. You can build your okay.
For me, from an economics background, it's quite easy, to be honest, to choose electives.
Mm-hmm.
In the economics area normally, because we are a lot less students than master in management and finance.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it was super easy as well to choose other courses, and I know as a matter of fact, from a lot of my friends as well, they choose some management courses and a lot of finance courses.
Okay.
So.
Someone is asking how demanding is the masters in economics. So this is specifically
it is demanding. Like, to be honest, I do not have a comparison level, but it's like a lot of workload, more like less from the analytical side that we maybe used from me as German background or even from the British side. It's more like from the group work aspect. So we have to present basically weekly group works, at least in one subject, most of the time more in two. And so it's more like a continuous studying education, where you have to bring all that stuff together. So I didn't have a really good background in maths, which I learned on the way, which was probably not the best idea. But if you got a good basic understanding in statistics, good mathematical background, I think you're very well equipped. I managed to do fine and I didn't have the background, so maybe that helps.
Some other experience about the electives choice, and I could add some.
Actually, this semester, it's my second class semester from the masters, and all my courses are electives.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's completely free will. And we have 3 areas of expertise. I chose capital markets, so currently all my courses are from the capital markets area of expertise. What this implies is that I have to deliver, I did the calculation, I have to deliver 1.333 group works per week until the end of semester and do 8 exams. So it is demanding, and not in economics, but I think that we all identify with that feeling.
Maybe to put in, like we have courses that go the whole semester, and we have half semester courses.
Yeah.
So 8 exams means we have 4 exams in April and 4 exams in June. So we have 6 weeks of courses, then the exams. Not that you think we have 8 courses at the same time.
No.
Of course,
It's half
do it to the length. It's intensive.
Yeah, one of the good things actually about the electives, from my experience, is that there are a lot that are both management and finance. So you have the opportunity to do what maybe people would think is more of a finance course, but still would be counted for your management degree. One of those examples is venture capital. I did that last year. Really excellent course. It was a mixture between finance and management, but I could count that from my degree. And I was with many financial, so I had the opportunity to see both sides of it. I would say that's great. It's very flexible. You can also do, I think, up to 7 credits of electives outside your program. So actually, that would be just core economics courses, for example, which also gives you an opportunity to see exactly, which I think is great.
I think one of the most advantages is really that you can sharpen your profile really with the electives. Nova's really good at picking out these topics that are really relevant for you as a student to understand whether you like things.
Specialize on those.
Exactly. And the thing is, for finance, I know they fly top executives out of New York over here for giving lectures in these areas, so you learn exactly these things that are really
Just to give also the brief note that we also have for the next year a new area of expertise that will be in hospitality and service management in partnership with the Westmont Group. So it will be a new area that is now developing, and it's one of the examples of this kind of job that we like to do here in Nova SBE to see which areas of management or in economic business, of course, are really needed and asked for the market, and then in partnership, of course, with our corporate knowledge to get that kind of insight and academic choices to our students. We have here also some specific questions about the business in analytics, because it is the new master. The academic director of this master's is Professor Rita Cunha. Also it's important to say that this is a master's that will be offered in partnership with Nova School of Technology and Science, also another school that belongs to the university. And here we will, together with the Nova Science and Technology School, align those two aspects that I was talking about, that are the knowledge in technology, in data, with the best knowledge in management and business. So together, that's the goal of the program, is to align those two main areas, as to say. Some other questions about double degree. I don't know if any of you had that kind of experience. So they are asking about how to apply to a double degree. It's through the application form. You will be asked to, if you are interested in following to a double degree, and you have a specific form and some specific questions to answer to that double degree. I don't know if you want to, Fabio, to share some your specific experience about that.
I mean, I want to repeat what you said before. It's like super simple as well. I mean, you just make a choice that you want to do the double degree as well, and you have to write a motivation letter. And what I did in the motivation letter is basically motivate why I want to go abroad.
Why to do that.
Exactly. So, and we had the opportunity to choose 2 schools, and I basically wrote why both schools would suit really good for my choice, why they're really good schools. And so at the end, it was like not that much effort. I think in return what you get. I had to do an interview, I remember. Yeah, I had an interview with one of the professors here, where I had to look at my motivation again. They looked at my fit. But that worked out really fun as well. And yeah, that's basically everything. So it's 2 clicks and 1 motivation letter more in the application. And to be honest, the experience that I had was just amazing. I was in Brazil. Go to Brazil.
Okay.
That's one of the great things here as well. You have links with so many schools across the world. Yeah. And it stands we're part of
an European alliance, but that's not
it's
only European now. Yeah.
It's an alliance of 32 schools based in every continent in the world. And I actually just got back from Brazil also. So, I would say that's a really excellent choice.
Okay. Okay. So I think that's it. We don't have any questions for now. I think we also covered the main issues that I would say that applicants can have some doubts while they are in this process. I don't know if, just to finalize, if you want to end with some piece of advice for our applicants here at Nova. just to remind again that applications are ongoing and are open until the mid of May. And I think that's it. Just a final question here: is the Masters in Finance very keen in mathematics, in quantitative knowledge?
It has some. It has some. You also learn a lot of theory, but all the theory has math behind.
Analytical.
You really learn how to apply the tools you are told about. So because I did my bachelor's in economics, and I was really not sure what should I do with all of those models. I knew how to compute marginal rate of productivity, but I wasn't sure about where. And now I don't have that feeling anymore. We have a lot of projects that show us really what's the output that we can get using those tools and that knowledge. So it's really it is very analytical.
Usually we say that for the economics in masters, you should have like a quantitative background to start with, and of course for finance you can also do it. But I think you'll get along with the introductory courses when you start, and then as Daria experience proves it, you will get along during the way.
Just one advice: if you get in and when the year's already started, careful with the beating. Really learn how it works, because it's not as easy as it appears, and the more electives you have to choose, the messier it could get. So they have really nice videos
explaining about the video.
Yeah. This is the way to actually get into electives, right?
Yeah, that's it.
I won't explain the process. There are videos that you will later on have access to. It's not worth it, but it's pay attention to it.
Yeah. Take some practice.
Yeah.
Some question here about if there's any masters in marketing. No, we have those masters, as I told, masters in economics, in finance, in management, and the new one that will start in September, masters in business analytics. But we have a few areas of expertise and stream in marketing, and a lot of electives in marketing that students can choose to, and then have a specialization in their diploma, as to say, in marketing. So it will be masters in management with an area of expertise in marketing, as to say. Any final words for the applicants? Alistair, do you want to?
Yeah, I would say just make the application.
Good luck. Just good luck.
I would say try to do it as early as possible as well.
Yeah.
Don't wait until May. Do nothing. Come here.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time here. We hope that you have enjoyed our live Q&A and the experience of our students. We'll be back again for next month, and we hope to see you there. Thank you.